Thank you very much. You know, one of the reasons I undertook my world tours was my desire to come in contact with many different cultures and learn about them and from them beyond what can be learned from watching television or reading books. You know, there is no substitute for being there, for breathing the air, eating the food, drinking the wine. Which part, the wine? Yeah, I like that one too. And I know right now the world is going through a very difficult time. We all know it. But from what I have seen and what I have learned from all these years of traveling is that the overwhelming majority of the people on this planet want to come together and coexist peacefully. And I have seen the rich and the poor and the haves and the have-nots. But most importantly, I have seen the hopeful and the hopeless. I have seen people living in conditions that are unimaginable to the West, with no hope for a better life in the future. And on the road to peace, and there will be peace, we'll get there. Yeah. Yeah. It's all right. One of the problems that we have to solve is hopelessness. You know, many years ago I came to America. I had nothing. But I had hope. I knew I had a chance. See, when there's hope, we can pretty much deal with just about anything, any kind of pain that life deals us. This next song is a song of hope. It's called Niki Nana. We are one.
44 years ago. It was probably around before that. And then it seems like I've been in the other thing. It existed. It's as if, you know, I always say that I never forget music. Anything that I play, even once, anything that goes through my mind one time, it's never forgotten. It is always there. I play the piano all the time, and people come in and go, "What was that you were playing?" I don't know, I'm just having fun. I'm making music. And they say, "That was a great thing. Did you record it?" I go, "No." I said, "Are you crazy? You're gonna forget it." I never forget. I never forget. It's always there.
Next piece of music has been very important to me for a long, long time. It's one of my favorite, all-time favorite pieces of music I have ever written. It has a very special place in my heart because it was inspired by my father's teachings. And it is the only piece of music that my father ever got to see me compose, create, write, if you will. I was very fortunate to have a father like Sotiri. He was my live-in philosopher, if you will. He used to take me out for these long walks up on the Greek mountains. And during those times, he would try to teach me about simplicity, appreciation for life, all of life, appreciation for nature. You know, life is very, very precious, and it is very short. And very fragile. It finishes just like that. It's we must never take it for granted. We must try to live it to the fullest, every last moment of it. He would tell me, you know, the past is the past. You can't live in it. The future, when it gets here, it's going to be today. Tomorrow, even, when it gets here, it's still going to be today. So if you don't know how to live today, you do not know how to live. All these thoughts were going through my head at the time I was writing this next piece of music, and I decided to call it Until the Last Moment. In Greek, μέχρι τη τελευταία στιγμή. I would like to ask my very close friend, Mr. Samuel Gervinian, right there, to give me a hand, to give me a little bit of help with his precious violin and his amazing sound in order to perform this piece of music for you tonight. I get a little bit emotional, but I would like to dedicate this song to all our fellow human beings who very tragically lost their lives yesterday in Belgium. And I'd like to send our deepest sympathies and heartfelt feelings to all their families and their friends. I would also like to dedicate it to our production manager who lost his father just a few days ago. Αυτό είναι η Escena. This is for you, Ernesto. We'll play.
I used to have a woman in my life that taught me a lot about going after my dreams. Don't lose sight of them. Fight for them. Make them materialize, make them reality. And it's the same woman that gave me a lot of love, strength, and brought me a lot of peace. I've written this next song for her. All right. I remember many years ago, I made a vow to myself. It was about the time I was going to leave home and I was going to start traveling all over the world in pursuit of my dreams. And I didn't want to get lost. And I didn't want to sell out. I wanted to come back whole. So I wrote this song to remind me of the vow. It's called The Promise. Thank you. Thank you. I like that one. Now I'm going to try to do something. This next piece of music actually does not exist yet. It's brand new. It's not quite finished yet, and I have never, ever performed this live before. It's going to be the very first time. I need help. I'll see what I can do with it. It's see, the ocean has been a very healing element for me, the water. Because I grew up in Greece, and even though I went to school in Minneapolis when I was 18 years old, I moved to America, and you know the story, most of you. There's something about looking at the endless blue, the horizon. So there's no tree or house or a car to block your view. You look at the infinity, the infinite blue, the deep blue. And that's how I grew up. And I found solace and healing in the ocean. So I wrote this song a few months ago when I was healing also. I was going through some difficult times at the time. And it doesn't have a name. And for now, I'm just going to call it, blue. Like the color blue, like the ocean. So the song is called Blue, and I will play it for you. Kalispera. I'm hearing languages now. All right. I know the most powerful language in the world. I know that the most powerful language in the world is the language of music.
And since we're talking to the entire planet right now, I think I'm going to play music. They'll feel it, they'll know what we were talking about. This next piece of music was inspired by the woman that taught me unconditional love, agape in Greek. She also taught me acceptance and tolerance and kindness and a lot. She had a smile on her face always. She was a joy for me. Her name was Felica, and Felica was my mother. This next song is called, of course, Felica. We'll play it.